everyone. Welcome to my Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 59. My name is Candace. This is my channel about cross stitch. And actually, I have cross stitch, a little bit of knitting, and a little bit of quilting today. I am attempting to delegate my time a little better toward the crafts that I really want to do instead of just stitching all the time. I'm never going to get anything else done if I just sit and stitch. So I did much better this week with giving my time to different crafts. Most of it is still cross stitch. That's not going to change. But I did get a whole lot of other stuff done. So what's been happening here? Not a whole lot. Awesome news is that my husband took Friday off, so I get to work during the day instead of in the evening. And my mom is coming from Georgia to pick up my children for 2 weeks. She will be here on Monday the 26th. And they'll take 2 days to drive back down. So they'll stop halfway and then finish the drive. So it's a total of 4 days of traveling, but she's going to keep them for 10 days. The kids are excited. My husband and I are excited. We are basically going to have date night every night. It won't be like go out and have dinner every night, but it will definitely be like, hey, we are just responsible for ourselves and our animals. We don't have to worry about what the kids are up to, if they're fighting, it'll be a really nice, like, little mini break. We're still gonna work. We're not going anywhere. It's, you know, but we'll both work during the day so we can actually see each other during the week, which will be amazing. School starts August 18th. I registered the kids yesterday, so that means I need to do a little bit better about going through their clothes and finding out what still fits and what doesn't. They're not requiring uniforms again this year, which I don't mind uniforms. It makes it super easy. I just buy them 5 pairs of, you know, navy blue or khaki pants. At this age, navy blue, because they're still slobs. And then, you know, polo shirts. We can get them like 6 or 7 polo shirts in the colors that are approved, and we're done. Until winter when they need, you know, sweaters or something like that. But no uniforms again this year. So I gotta check and make sure that they only have clothes that fit in their drawers. The last thing I need is Evan going to school in a shirt that's 2 sizes too small. Because he would. Let's see what else. I think that's it. I think that's it for the goings on and the happenings, what's going to be happening. So let's get into the cross stitch. I only have 5 whips this week. No finishes. I didn't finish anything, but I did get a good amount of progress on some of these. So let's start with the one that I feel like I got the most amount of progress on. This is a Whip Go project. This was my birthday start from last year in November. This is Glendon Place, Woodland Wonder. And I'm doing this on the called for 28 count earthen. But mine is Lugana, not linen. And it's picture this plus. All the called for threads. So here's where it was before. Just random needles sticking in the middle of it. And here's where it is now. So yeah, I am super excited about where I got to on this. That middle tree is done except for the beads. So I have one more tree over here. The antlers and the snowflakes. And then there are a couple of snowflakes in the background. But I'll do those when I do these ones up here. So this tree is done. The middle tree is done. The deer is filled in, and all of its other colors, you know, around like on his chest and stuff are done. So there are some beads for his eyes. Those 4 spots right there are going to be white beads, or I'm not sure what color they are exactly. I don't know. I have all the beads and everything for it. So yeah, I really focused on this a ton last week, and this week for my work project, I was just kind of like, I need something not quite so counting heavy and intensive, but I made good progress, and I'm excited about where this one is at. So let me get, I really need to switch this to a bigger bag, just because this chart is getting beat up. I can hear my kids upstairs. So the next one that I'm going to show is the second non-full coverage that I did this week. I focused mainly on full coverage this week. I got some dog hair on it. So this is Winter Path by Carolyn Manning. And here's where I was before. And there's where I am now. So if you'll notice, like, this is white. It's B5200. It is in some of these areas. It's actually what'll be right here. But apparently my hands were not as clean as I thought. And there's like, it's like dirty right there. And I just did that one last night. So now I need to figure out, I mean, this is just on Ada with DMC. So now I need to figure out how, you know, how to clean this, because there's still a lot more white in this. And that is the reason I didn't fill in this last night and just kind of went along down this way. So, but yeah, I pulled this back out. It's a super easy stitch. It's on 16 count Ada. But it's not quite full coverage because all of these lines in between are not stitched, which is fine with me. It gives like some dimension to it. But it is a nice easy stitch because you're only counting, you know, like it's either one full box, which is 100, or it's, you know, a triangle. So it's a fairly easy stitch. So I worked on that one last night. I may even take that one back to work tonight. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. All right, now for the full coverage ones, I've been doing, focusing on 2 challenges this month. One is Full Coverage Fanatics Bingo. So each box is 1,000 stitches. And if you don't have something that fits the prompt, you have to do 2,000 stitches. So I've gotten 2 bingos so far, and I've had to do penalty stitches on 2 of the boxes. So I would say that's not so bad. But the 3 projects I've been working on this week are Mini Autumn Cat Magic, Mini Home for the Winter, and Christmas Pixie. Now the other bingo challenge is this one, and this is for Sane Stitchers. Now we got to choose what DMC colors we wanted to put in the box, where we wanted to put them, and then they spin twice a day and choose 8 numbers twice a day. So I do have 2 bingos. I was able to claim one of the lines. By the time I got my diagonal, someone had already claimed a diagonal. So we've got 4 corners left, an S shape, which is the top row down to the middle row down to, you know, and what was the other one? Oh, blackout. So I'm I mean, you know, it just depends on what the spin is as to whether I'm going to get it. So this is Mini Autumn Cat Magic. And I switched this to a scroll rod. It was on a Q-snap, but I wanted to be able to work all the way across the top. So here's where it was before. And here's where it is now. Now I will say there is some stitching that is now rolled up down here, like down inside, because 310 was called yesterday and I only had just a little bit here. So I needed to move it so I could finish the 310 because you have to do 200 stitches in that color for the semi-sane bingo version. There's a couple different versions. There's a sane version, a semi-sane version, and an insane version. And since this is my first year in semi-sane, I chose the semi-sane version. So when a color is spun, you have to do 200 stitches. So there's not a ton of black in this. Most of it is at the bottom. So that's where Mini Autumn Cat Magic is right now. And I did, let's see, this week I did, oh, there it is, 1,088 stitches. Am I gonna stay there? No. I was like, I'm not gonna stay there. Okay, next up, Mini Citrine. Mini Citrine, I did 897 stitches this week. So this is what that chart looks like. And here's where it was before. And there's where it is now. So it might be kind of hard to tell what's been done, but there's some over in here. There are quite a few colors in this little outside area. And then what I had finished over here, I came over here and did a little bit. So there was a color spun this morning. It's 3041. And it's actually a lot in here. So that's what I'm going to do after I get this video edited and start the uploading process, is I'm going to do 3041 in here. So that's next. And in Stitch Talk HAED Challenges group, the 100 Days of HAED is starting back up. August 1st. So I'm going to use this one for that again. So I'll be doing 100 stitches per day on this. This one is my closest to a finish. I'm at like 68%, I think. And really, I still have some larger blocks of colors left to do, like here, you know, in the background. And then this is going to be really easy to finish off at the bottom. There's just quite a bit of confetti in these little sides. All the butterflies are done, and then it's just her dress. So we'll see how fast that goes. A lot of it is in lines because of the way it falls in the colors. So I'll be doing 100 stitches a day on that starting August 1st. Okay. The next one. Now I got a whole bunch of stitches done on this one. I got 2,992. This is Christmas Pixie from Charting Creations. And here's where I was last time. And here's where I am now. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited about how good this looks. So right now I'm filling in that teal background. I still have quite a bit of it to do, but that's all I need to finish page 2. And there's still a little bit left. Page 1 ends like, well, no, maybe I do it. Maybe page 1 is finished. I don't know. I'd have to look. But I love the way it's looking. It looks so good. So I think for now, because I put this on shorter bars, I think I'm going to work across the top. And then I'll roll it a little bit, and then I'll, you know, work across the next. I may even decide to start doing diagonals after, because I kind of like the way it's working on Mini Home for the Winter. So I might even, I don't know. We'll see. So Christmas Pixie, almost 3,000 stitches. And that is my focus for this month. So, so I will say I probably haven't focused on it quite as much as I could have, but it's okay. Don't be doing all that nonsense now. I don't need anyone falling over. Okay, the last one. This is Mini Home for the Winter by Lucy Pitaway. She, Heaven and Earth Designs just came out with 3 more. I think it was 3 more of her designs charted up. Ay, ay, ay. I want 2 of them so bad. One is called Stepping Stones, and the other, The Wool Shop. I think that's what it's called, The Wool Shop. Someone needs to, when special services get turned back on, someone needs to, you know, ask for those as minis so that I can also get those ones. So here's where Mini Home for the Winter was before. And here's where it is now. I've gotten into a lot more greens in that tree. So I'm trying to finish up that one diagonal right there. I have reached page 1 ends right here, but of course I finished my thread, so I'm leaking over into page 2, but that's okay. So this is the one that I'm doing diagonals on, and I'm really enjoying it. I think maybe it's just because of the way the colors are in this one, but so far so good. And I do, you know, I finished my thread out. I'm not gonna clip a thread and leave a little bit on a bobbin or anything. So there's a few, you know, random stitches here and there. But I'm super excited about this. I'm going to be working on this one probably until, well, I mean, it is almost lunchtime. So those are my cross stitch whips. Now I have one knitting whip, and this is the Ocean Avenue shawl. And I'm working on some lace. So that progress marker is where I was the last time you guys saw it. And I've gotten 4 repeats of the lace done. I have 2 more to go. So it's super pretty. So that's where I'm at right now. Kind of, it's hard to tell what the lace is going to look like without it being blocked, but yeah, so there's where I'm at right now. I still have a very long way to go, which is fine, but it was nice to take something else with me when I had some free time and just knit. So I think I'm going to try doing that too. You know, like maybe 2 days when I have, you know, during lunchtime or whatever at work, I'll knit, and the other 3 I'll stitch, just to try and like break some stuff up. So the quilting that I did is, this is, well, let me show you first. I cut up all 12 blocks for the 2020 designer mystery block of the month from Fat Quarter Shop. Yes, this is done. This was from 2020. But this is the first block. That's what those pieces are for. And the fabric is Lella Boutique. And I don't know why, but I just never started it when I started getting them. And so I went through this weekend and I cut up every single block. Every block is with its instructions. I starched for the first time ever. Oh, I don't have it over here. I started using, it's from Faultless, but it's a pump spray, and it's called Magic Quilting and Crafting Spray. So there's not actual cornstarch in it as far as I can tell, but it did help. I haven't sewed any of these blocks yet, but it definitely made my fabric I don't know. I want to say easier to cut. I don't know. But, so I got all of the blocks done for that. This is Designer Mystery 2021. And these fabrics are Fig Tree. And I'm very excited. So we've only gotten block 1 so far. And I did not want to get behind on this one. So I went ahead and cut, I starched, or I should say I firmed up all the fabric, cut all the pieces, and I started sewing. Oops, my little, that's all right. I'm done with the alphabetties anyway. So the biggest issue is, so I got all of these done. They look so pretty. I love Fig Tree. Fig Tree Fabrics. She's one of my favorite designers. So I got 2 of these done. But here's the issue. So I read the directions wrong because, I don't know, reading is hard. And I sewed them wrong at first. And I had already clipped my corners, so I could not like rip the seams and resew them. So I went back to the fabric because Fat Quarter Shop always sends enough to starch, to, you know, make mistakes in cutting, whatever. So I cut my first one 4.5 and then cut it into 4 pieces. I go to cut my background and I cut it 4 by 4.5. That left me with not enough background fabric. So I got my little flying geese done. And then this is the center block. So it's all done except for one piece of background fabric that I need to finish this block. So I did as much as I could. I sewed as much as I could. And now I'm just waiting for block 2 to come so I can snag 4.5-inch square of the background fabric. I don't have any of this because the background fabric is, oh yeah, you can see it. It's got like little dots on it. I don't have any of that in my stash. I don't think. You know, I've gotten Fig Tree scrap bags. I'll have to go look and see if I don't have. If I do, then this block is definitely getting done today. So quilting. I want to stay caught up on the 2021 mystery block of the month. I want to get the blocks, at least the blocks, done before I start anything else or start working on anything else that I already have in progress. Because I do have another mystery quilt along, and that is actually from Fig Tree, and it's called the Strawberry Garden, I think. I think it's too late to join. It's actually through Fig Tree, her website and her Facebook group. But I've gotten the fabric for the first couple blocks for that, and I haven't done anything with it yet. So the only problem is I'm out of that quilting spray, so I need to get some more. But I also wanted to try Best Press because that's more easily accessible. I can go get that at Joann's. And the Faultless Magic, I either have to order off Fat Quarter Shop's website or the Faultless website. I did have some aerosol Faultless premium starch, and I used that for a few pieces after I ran out of the other one, and I hate it. Number one, it made my throat scratchy and gave me a headache. Even though we're running a dehumidifier down here, which I shut off for today, but you know, it's well ventilated down here. Even after it was dry and I started to iron it, it was like it got like into my respiratory system. I did not like it. So, yeah, I won't be using that anymore. I'm going to get rid of that. So, those are all my whips. How about some stuff that I got in the mail? Because I got a couple things. This is, Fat Quarter Shop has their Moda scrap bags again. So I grabbed one, and I didn't even take the rubber band off of it yet, but I kind of want to see if there's a selvage. because this fabric looks really familiar and cute, and I'm not sure who it's from. I probably should have done this. Oh, there we go. That one just says Moda. I think it's Sunday Stroll. Hold on. Hold on. It's Sunday something. Oh, Sunday Picnic by Stacy Lest? I don't know. So Sunday Picnic fabric. I think it's really cute. It's super bright. I could totally make just a lap size strip quilt out of that. So, okay. Now I have little bits of fabric everywhere. Okay. I also, from Fat Quarter Shop, I ordered some more alphabetties because one set wasn't enough. I needed another set. I did get some line keepers. These are to put on my smaller cross stitch charts to kind of keep me in my place for some of the harder ones. Mainly for like Teresa Kogut's Fox and Friend, you know, something like that. So these are magnetic, and hopefully that will help me out a ton. I wanted to try this, and I'll probably dye it, but it's 27 count Linda. So it's an even weave, just white. And I am a dingbat. Either I didn't read it correctly or they have the description wrong. But I saw this pre-gridded fabric and I was like, perfect, that's what I use for coverage pieces. You guys, it's 14 count Aida. It's pre-gridded all right, but it's 14 count Aida. I am not going to use this, so I would like to give this to you guys. If somebody wants this and is definitely going to use a pre-gridded 14 count Aida, this is 18 by 21, so it's fat quarter of fabric. Just say Aida. But please only enter if you really know you're going to stitch with it, because, you know, I don't want someone getting it and then not using it. Like, get it because you know you're going to use it. So, the grids are, it's 10 by 10 grids. I guess this is a good way if you had a smaller full coverage to, if you wanted to delve into full coverage. So, just use the word Aida. Because I'm a ding-dong. Sometimes I wonder. Joy-Filled Stitcher Annie had a D-stash on Instagram. So I snagged this piece of 20 count Aida in Winter Solstice. This is a Bestitch Me fabric. It's super pretty. And I haven't ever used a 20 count Aida before. So, I mean, really, I don't know which side I want to use. They're both gorgeous. So I will definitely be finding something for this. And I got a bendy flip. Now, full disclosure, I got this because I wanted to see exactly how they made it. That's why I got it. So it's got a pocket on the back, and then it's got little pockets to hold your bobbins of fluff. But I have a ton of vinyl. I have all of the items to make these if I decide I really like it, because these are, you know, these come from overseas, and I'm sure there are people in the US that make these now and are selling them on Etsy, but I can do this myself. And it's small. It looks really easy to do. So, so yeah, that was my main reason for getting it. But I do plan on putting it in with probably, you know what, I'm probably going to put it in there with Winter Path, because Those flosses are just floating around in there. But this is a whole lot easier than making a little zipper pouch, because then you have to have a zipper. And, you know, it can get expensive buying a whole bunch of zippers. So something like this, you know, if I have a whole lot of smaller leftover vinyl pieces, it's perfect for that. Okay, then there was a fight night. So I already took them out of the bag. Yay me. So Be Stitch Me's Fight Night. This is a 27 count even weave vanilla latte. Oh, sit way back. I don't know what that was. And then I got an 18 count Ada in vanilla latte. I like having different options for fabric. And I think, honestly, I was organizing all the fabric I'd gotten in the last 2 weeks. And I think I'm good. I don't think I need to join in any fight nights for a while. So this one is a 22 count Ada in Not Another Sampler. And I assume you'd still use 2 strands of floss on 22 count Ada? Or would you use 1? I don't know, help me. Help! If it's 20 count or 22 count, do you use 1 or 2? I know on even weave what I use for stuff, but I don't know on higher count Ada. So yeah, 18 count, most people use 2, right? Help. 18, 20, 22. How many threads of DMC would you use? Or overdyed, whatever. So, and this last one is a 28 count Lugana in Flamingo. I just love it. Love it. I don't know what I'm going to put on here yet, but I love it. And it's a little bit brighter than what you're seeing. I think my light might be just a hair bright. That's what happens when I have to unplug it to plug my sewing machine in. So, and then I did get this piece of Picture This Plus Vellum. It's a 28 count Lugana. Hopefully that's far enough back. So, that's where I'm at right now for things that have fallen into my stash. Now, Willow Spring Co. on Instagram. It's linked below. I listed a bunch of quilting fabric, mostly pre-cuts, the other day, so go check that out. There is still a few things left from last time, and I reduced the prices on those. I will have some more stuff, but I need to, when the kids are gone, it'll be a lot easier to get some organizing done. But I really, really, really want to be intentional about what I'm keeping. So I have a lot more that I either need to get made into something now, or I need to let go. So, I think the biggest thing for me is I have a lot of pieces of fabric that I'm not sure exactly what size they are. I need to measure them. And that's just laziness on my part, because I don't want to pull them all out, unfold them to measure them so that I can list the measurement on Instagram. But it needs to be done. So, I think that's it. That's all I have for this week. Yeah, I'm good. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking my videos and all the amazing comments last week. I really appreciate the fact that you guys do not care if I'm not makeup and hair done, and that makes me feel better. Especially because, you know, when I'm working in the evenings, I come home and I cannot go right to bed. I've tried, it does not work for me. So I sit up and I stitch for about an hour before I go to bed. So last night it was midnight by the time I got to bed. Thankfully I didn't sleep too crazy, so my hair's not too bad. But But yeah, so, I don't know. I brushed my teeth and I have clean clothes on. That's, until I'm back to working in the mornings, then that's probably what you'll get. Once the kids are gone, though, for the 2 weeks, oh, I can record my video as soon as I get out of work. It's going to be so nice. I'll be like fully awake because I'll have worked all day and my brain will be working correctly. So, yeah, so I think plans for this week, I'm going to stick with the winter, Christmas, and July type stuff. I may choose a different knitting project to take with me, or I may stick with the same one. I don't know yet. I'm trying very, very, very hard only to pull knitting whips and not start something new. I want to get some of these things done that have been kind of languishing. And then hopefully some quilting will happen today. We'll see. Fingers are crossed. So I will see you guys next week, next Wednesday. It'll be in the afternoon when I record, so it probably won't go up until Wednesday night, but all depends on how long it takes. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.